Hey guys, in today's tutorial we're focusing on our March bullet journal. I'll flip through mine and give you some tips and tricks for your own. So let's get started. Hey guys, I'm Shayda, and on this channel I do bullet journaling, hand lettering, and watercolor. So if you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing if you're new here. Now, I also want to mention that I'm on Patreon, and Patreon has become a way for me to give you guys all kinds of extra content for a really low price to you. So for $2 a month, you can get all sorts of hand lettering worksheets and bullet journal printables that go along with these videos. So make sure to check out my Patreon if you have time. So my March journal is very minimal. I've used a lot of clean lines, simple botanicals, and negative space, and I find this creates a calm, clean planner that's easy to use. And this month we're also going to do some collage. This is a fun way to add color and creativity to your journal, and it allows you to sort of set an intention for the month ahead, which I love. For the collage, I'll be using lots of washi tape. Washi or paper tape gives a really cool look. And luckily for me, today's video is sponsored by Uniqooo, and they sent me tons of pretty tape. Uniqooo makes modern classic stationery products, and just take a look at my desk situation. I don't usually say things like this, but I can't even. To win my desk setup and the washi tape, keep watching for the giveaway. So the goal today is going to be to create a minimal March layout that fits in with the rest of the journal. I started bullet journaling in 2018, and I have a video for January and February if you want to check those ones out. Actually, the January one includes the weekly layout that looks like this, and this is a really nice minimal, clean weekly layout that I find really easy to achieve every week as well. And this is what the February sort of front page looked like, and so I want to create something similar but different. And I also had a February printable. There will be a March printable this month as well over on my Patreon, and that's what the January looked like. And I was saying I want to do collage this month, and you can see here I've done a little bit of collage in the journal. I've sort of been playing around with pieces of ripped paper, and so I'm trying to continue themes I've developed. Whimsical botanical illustration, a little bit of ripped paper and washi tape. So if you haven't seen the January and February videos, you might want to watch those, but we're just going to sort of keep charging ahead here, and I'm going to create a March front page, that's what I call it, on camera. So I'll do a sort of title page for March, and then I've got my calendar right beside it. Then I'll skip a page, and then this is the March sort of weekly layout that you can kind of see your month at a glance week by week. So this is the one that I design and illustrate each month, and I post it on my Patreon so that you guys can print it out if you don't want to draw it yourself. And I'm going to be using a lot of washi tape for the collage today, but I also use a lot of washi tape just for the journal itself, because I find I have to tape pages together. And I like using tapes that are sort of neutral colors, blacks, whites, metallics. And what I do is I just take a little piece of tape, and I just, collect the pages that I want to join, and I just tape them together like that. And for me, that sort of solves the problem of having a lot of ink bleeding through, especially for these layout pages that I really want it to look nice all month. I'll tape them together. Now, I always color in my weekly/monthly layout with just a little bit of color. Last month I did pink and warm gray. This month I'm just doing a warm gray. And I actually left the layout completely black and white for you guys, other than the gray, so that you can color in the flowers whatever color you want. You can leave them black and white like I'm going to do, or you can, make them fit your own journal color palette. So I hope you guys will enjoy this layout as much as I enjoyed making it. Okay, what's next? I'm going to flip the page here, and we're going to go back to our calendar page. I know I sort of go over this every month, but I just create this calendar by drawing a grid in pencil, write out the days of the week, and then I just underline them with a little bit of marker. And I'm just loving this warm gray. I don't know if I'm going to change my color palette. It might just be warm gray from here on out. Now, I think because I knew I was doing collage this month, I wanted to do really simple illustrations. And whenever I think simple, I always gravitate towards botanicals because I love illustrating leaves and flowers and vines and all of that stuff. So on the sides of the calendar there, I just did some botanical illustrations, just peeking out. And then on the front page here, where I always write the name of the month, I'm going to do a really simple illustration that includes some more flowers and leaves. So I'm doing a hand-drawn border. My old tip, just always pull the pen towards your body when you're doing that hand-drawn border. And I'm going to create that square in the center of the page, and then I'm just writing Hello March, and I'm pairing up a very simple sort of skinny print with my cursive, and those are two handmade fonts that I love to pair up. They just give a nice look. Really simple. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that hand-drawn border, and I'm going to do this sort of botanical illustration. I'm going to basically draw a vine that's kind of creeping around the border. And you do that by just drawing this sort of squiggly line that goes around the straight lines, and then you just draw pairs of leaves. This one's really fun to draw. Don't overthink it. I overthink it usually, but you shouldn't. Just draw that line that's creeping in and out, back and forth. Draw the leaves, and then you can add some little berries or flowers. And that's what it looks like. So really simple, but beautiful, and really goes along with my minimal layout. And then I decided to do some more floral illustration just in the corner, and you can see there's the layout in its entirety. It's just black and white and clean and simple, and that's what I love. You can put important dates below the calendar. I've got some video stats, but you can really use that half of the page to put whatever you want, whatever's important to you. When we flip here, again, this is the printable layout that you can grab on my Patreon. I actually illustrated this on camera on my Instagram live. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you can find me at Shayda Campbell. I often, anything behind the scenes, if I have time, I try to film it, and I, of course, take lots of photos. Okay, so that's it for the layouts. Now let's get to the collage. This is the fun part. So for the collage, I used some specific stuff. I had lots of cutouts. Some things I found in magazines, but I also found that I used a lot of paper. So anytime I'm at a stationery store, I always buy pretty papers, and they make great collaging items. And then I also did some vellum illustrations. So vellum is kind of like a thick tracing paper, so I illustrated a flower on that. I did my own illustrations and just cut them out. There's nothing more whimsical than just cutouts of your own illustrations. There's some more of that paper from the stationery store. I've got photos from Eternogram, little matte paper prints. I'll link the Eternogram website in the description below as well. And then, of course, I have tons and tons of washi tape. So to begin, I just sort of started laying out all the different items and trying to figure out a way for them to sort of work together and look cool. And the most helpful thing was just having the tape there, because you can actually kind of create texture and background using the tape. I've only recently discovered this more sort of the thicker or wider washi tape, and that's the silver one that you see there, and it just looks so cool. So you could create a whole backdrop for your page using washi tape, and you can kind of layer it. And actually, if you get the ones that are a little bit see-through, they layer really well, and they look really cool in the collage because you can kind of put them over top of the cutouts and the photos. And yeah, I don't know, it just gives a really cool sort of edgy, not edgy, it's not that cool, but it just gives like a neat look that takes it from being like a collage that a little kid made to, you know, a collage that looks really scrapbooky or journal-y. So you can see me kind of playing around with the tape and layering, creating some layers. And I guess somehow I also sort of did a color palette for my collage. I just have a tendency to utilize the same colors. I'm sort of always drawn into the pastel family, and I love neutrals. So this is sort of it coming together. You can also write on your collage. You know, don't be afraid to get in there and write the month, write your intentions. As I said before, with a collage, you can sort of set an intention for the month. Do you want to be calm? Do you want to be bold? This month, I really need to crush it. I need the confidence to deal with brands and go forward with my job. And so that was what this collage was all about for me. You can include elements of collage all over your planner, and the vellum illustrations or tracing paper illustrations look really cool on all pages. I hope you guys enjoyed the Minimal March layout. Don't forget to go get your printables on my Patreon. And definitely don't forget to fall in love with all this cool stationery product from Uniqooo. You can win my entire desk setup, so all of this gorgeous acrylic clear stationery items, the tape dispenser, the stapler, the washi tape. So you can win all of that in this awesome prize pack. And as usual, to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is click the link in this video description. There's tons of ways to enter, so it's fair for everybody. Contest closes Friday, March 23rd at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and international entries are welcome. Good luck! Thank you guys so much for watching today. As I said, I really hope you enjoyed the minimal layout and the collage. These are the elements that I'm really falling in love with for my own bullet journal. So yeah, I hope you're sort of into that as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave me a comment, a like, and I will see you next week with a new tutorial.